Hello everyone, today is November the 7th. Welcome again to Dream Hamar. I'm here today in Hamar. It's already night time almost because we changed the time to save energy all over Europe. So there's a little light, it's kind of night, and it's Monday, but it's a beautiful day. It was sunny today, it was amazing. We have many different news and things to share with you. Last week we had Bergen students from architecture from Bas School, and they were together with artist Eva Kuhn, who is an artist doing lighting installations, and also with the support of Gunvor from the school. They perform beautiful installations, and we will have a look at the different pictures. And well, there was different themes, and the aim of the course was to spot, to discover, unveil kind of values, and to put them into value, to frame them, to show the different possibilities of the existing already. So I will share with you some of the images from the workshop. Just the screen. Okay. As I said, they work with different materials and means, and the idea was yeah, to spot, to have a look at the existing Hamar and the different spaces as, you know, showing the different opportunities and possibilities. These are some students that work providing and designing and producing a kind of an umbrella for the bus stops, because actually some of the bus stops don't have a shelter space, and when it rains it's really wet. Okay. Oops, sorry. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Well, the work was produced here at the bazaar, and the places that they had to spot should be at Stuttgart or not farther than 2 minutes away walking. This is also, there was also some two different groups working on the different passages, which are very characteristic of Hamar, because the railways are real, you know, are kind of a scar between the city center and the lake. And however, these spaces are kind of a beautiful and positive possibility of doing things. Well, then some other students worked with the existing Stuttgart, and they wanted to make it more natural and somehow connected to the existing park. So they managed to bring to the square a lot of grass, and they did different installations with the grass. And some other students make a beautiful and funny and great performance. The performance was supposed to kind of give meaning to an existing public space, which is at the moment quite inactive, and there's no much people using it. And the idea was to, well, to perform the story that was read at the opening of this public space, that was dreaming about having the couples who just married in the courthouse, which is just there, enjoying the public space, as some businessmen were, you know, very stressful on the phone. So we had a lot of fun just looking at the performance. It really looked like a just married couple, and it was really nice. And these images by Christopher Nielsen are just amazing. Okay, some others made an installation, a kind of a flying crossroads in the park, also using some textile materials, and well, you can see here the different images of it. And then there were some others who just made a performance with projections, and the projections are, you know, it's like a, you know, they're projected on these kind of white screens, and it was like kind of everyday movements or behaviors that you have in the public space, but when they were projected they were really intriguing, because it looked like it was the shadow projected by somebody else, and it wasn't. It was really kind of intriguing looking. Okay, these are some other beautiful pictures of the installations. This is another exercise of some students that produce these sliding doors using, very kind of local and ordinary materials, and they use 400 liters of dry leaves from the trees. They collected them and they produce these sliding doors in one of the passages, and it was also very beautifully implemented. Okay, this is together with the performance, they wrote this beautiful poem by Jacobsen, I don't remember the name, a very famous poet who is originally from Hamar, and actually he was raised and lived for many years in a house that is just here. So they wrote this poem with little stones, with red stones, and it was really, really beautiful and poetic. Okay. Okay, now we finish with that, and I would like to introduce you to my guest. I want to get rid of this, sorry. Okay. Okay, so, well, I want to introduce you to, come over here, to Lars Johnny. Lars Johnny is a citizen from Hamar, right? And he's got this particularity about albinism. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, and that makes you have some limitations with the sight.
Yeah.
Okay. And Lars Johnny is a very active person regarding fighting for the rights of the blind people and those who have some sight disabilities. And that's one of the reasons why we invited him today to join us on Dream Hammer, because we actually have some kind of problems before, but I hope we fix them somehow. And anyway, we would like to know more about this role and these activities, because we are not so familiar with them. Okay, I would like to know, well, you're from Hamar originally?
Yes, I'm from Hamar.
Okay.
I was born in Hamar and stayed in Hamar except for my education in Oslo.
Okay.
I'm a physical therapist.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not only fighting for the visual impaired people, but for people with all kinds of impairment.
Okay.
So those having trouble with movement, wheelchair users, and other. So not only for the visual impaired.
Okay. Okay. Sorry. Well, thank you for the note. Okay. How do you usually move in Hamar? What is your means of transportation?
Walking and with bus, and my wife drives me.
Okay, that's very good.
Yeah. But the bus offer is not very good in Hamar, so
Yeah.
I have to rely on my wife.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's well, that keeps you in love with each other. So
Yeah.
that's nice. Okay. What is your opinion of Hamar in terms of mobility, and also is Hamar blind friendly in terms of public space, the city as it works right now?
I have to say it's getting better all the time, I think.
Well, that's
and
good.
Thanks to det Hamar Rådet for funksjonshemmede. Council for the impaired people.
Okay.
Yeah.
I must say that Liz Eva Tollefsen is just here, and she just arrived from Madrid to join us in Hamar. So thank you, Eva, for your support. Okay, so there's really a department within the commune, or who is kind of working on this to make improvements in the city? Okay.
So a victory this year was we got the lights in the summer nights back after 11 years
Okay.
without lights.
Okay.
So that's a victory.
Okay, that's
Maybe.
good. So you're really working very hard on
Yeah,
this.
yeah, yes,
Mhm.
yes, absolutely.
Okay. What do you think about cars? Are you positive or negative or
Cars.
cars? Yes, in general.
We need the cars. So, but I'm afraid of the electric cars.
Mm-hmm.
They don't make sounds.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
You can't hear them come.
Oh yes, of course.
So blind people don't know
If
if they come.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, I never thought of that. Yeah, sure.
Mm.
Okay, and how do you feel as a pedestrian? Do you feel, confident and safe enough when you are walking through Hamar or somewhere else? Or is it like, are the cars kind of threatening for people with problems in the sights?
They can be, but at the pedestrians, it's okay. The most dangerous things in the pedestrians is all the mess.
What do you mean by mess?
Bicycles, announce signs and containers, fences where they are doing
Digging or
constructions
yeah?
and other things. It's dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, but I'm not very fond of shared space.
You're not?
No.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I'm not fond of shared space.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I suppose. Yeah, because it's like as you said, it's not so well organized. So you.
No, it's not organized, and it's not only for the visual impaired people, but old people that are not so
Yeah, they don't have
concentrated, and children.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah.
So it's kind of scary.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, what do you like of Stuttgart, or what do you don't like? Is it a place that you've used very much or not? How do you feel about it?
I'm not using Sortorg very much now, but at 17th of May it's crowded of people. The 1st of May we have 5,000 motorcycles.
Wow.
Starting for the Mjøsa, round the Mjøsa race.
Yeah, competition, yeah.
So, and it's have been great during years with flowers and fruit sellers up there.
Mm-hmm.
It's a center in the Hamar center.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
But I have not used it very much.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And
Except from in my youth, it was a meeting place for when we drove motorcycles and cars and around the
Wow.
city during the night. And
That's
it
cool.
was in front of Sagatun. It was the motorcycles meeting place.
Yeah. Well, that's really, hard stuff, tough stuff. Okay, so now
lots of memories from that.
Yeah, I hope you also understand then the youngster when they're moving around, driving the cars and so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
It's part of the youth.
Yes, of course. And how do you feel about technology? Is it like is the new devices, the mobile apps and the mobile phones and the internet and everything, has it improved somehow this your life and the life of so many other people, or is there any kind of improvements in that way?
Yeah, it have improved everybody's life, I think.
Yes, of course.
It's you and me. I'm a techno freak.
Wow, I didn't know that. So you're the right person to ask, right?
I bought my iPad 1 month ago, so
yeah. So you're happy.
Too late, I think, but
no, it's okay. And is there special tools or apps or programs for visual impaired people?
Yes, you have programs that zooms in the text, also forstørrer. Enlarge the text,
making the text
and
bigger.
you have voiceover. Yeah, yes, that's Apple Apple's application for the for the voice. You have for the blind. You have that braille. You have braille.
Yeah, Braille.
what,
Yeah, Braille.
you can read with your fingers.
Yeah.
A program that translates into braille.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can use ordinary PC,
Pieces. Yeah.
and it will be translated into voice or into braille.
Yeah. Wow. So it's really developed, I suppose. Yeah. Yeah.
But the touch screen is difficult for the blind.
Okay. Yeah.
It's
I suppose.
natural to
Well, they will develop something soon,
understand.
I suppose.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm. And what about the solutions in cities that promote the audio guidance? You know, this kind of sound noise to alert you about the streetlights. And how do you feel about that?
It can be good and it can be disturbing.
Yeah.
So you have to plan very good to make a good solution.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
At the post office, you have the queue sign. You draw
Yeah.
a
And
paper
number.
and
Yeah.
a number, and you have to see that high up at the wall.
Yeah.
It's very difficult. No sound.
Yeah.
If you had heard number 3, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Yeah. Same. The screens at the station.
Yeah.
It's difficult to see.
Yeah. Yeah.
The bus. We can't see the bus. Which bus is coming?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we need some sounds to tell us which bus
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
coming.
Yeah. Yeah. And is there any city or country who is more kind of advanced in this kind of solutions?
Yeah, I
Which
think
are
so.
the most pioneer?
It's the real-time information, so it's a solution that is developed,
Mm-hmm.
but Hamar hasn't it. But it's probably coming now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, it's coming, but not all over at the same time.
Yeah, of course.
Strandgata is getting a pilot project for universal design, and we hope we will get real-time information for the buses.
Okay, that's important because the buses, yes,
Yeah.
is important. And what about public space? What do you think are the main challenges? If you were talking to an audience of architects, that you probably are, what is the most frequent problems that you encounter when using the public space? So let's talk about challenges instead of problems.
Yeah. It's easiest for the architects to think mobility or movement. Wheelchairs and those with rollators and so on. It's more difficult to think universal designs regarding sight and visual impairments, because we have hundreds of eye diseases, and we have different needs regarding light, colors, and so on. But one common thing is that good contrasts and right use of colors will increase accessibility. Wrong use of colors and contrast will decrease accessibility. And that's common for all kinds of eye diseases or visual impairments. Those who are blind can't see the colors and the contrasts, so they need a tactile, so you can feel the ground where you are going, guidelines, aware zones, or beware zones, and danger zones. That's different kinds of codes we're using. So that is not very. They're not. I think they don't have very much of that in architect schools.
No, not. I must say, it's not much. It's nothing. It's really well. I mean, it's out of the question that it is a must, and of course, when you are designing public space, you really have to take it into account. But for some reason, it's not something that you find out at school. You find out maybe when you are in your professional life. Maybe sometimes it's a bit too late, and you find out only when some space or some place is not functioning well, which is quite a problem. But it's okay.
They have made at Gjøvik, at the other side of Mjøsa, they have at a high school there. They have a light laboratory.
Yeah.
Where you can learn about light, different kind of using lights and colors and contrasts. It's implemented in the high school up there. So I went to a couple of courses there.
Wow, that's interesting. It's also nice to raise awareness among the youngest, because they will be the future designers anyway. So it's interesting. I know you had this. My colleague Jose told me that you have these kind of classes to kind of emulate the vision, and you were testing them with him and with two other people from the commune, and they were moving around the studio, get completely disoriented somehow.
Yeah.
Because we are not used to it.
I can take them with me another day, so we can try it with more of you.
Yeah, of course.
So we can learn a bit.
Yeah. And see it from your own. Feel it and feel it, because that's okay. What is your favorite public space in Hamar, and why?
Favorite public space. Outdoor.
Yes.
You mean?
Be, yeah.
I don't know. I guess that the Stortorg will be.
Well, I hope so. I hope so too.
Yeah, I don't have any favorite places now, I think.
Okay, and not by the Mjøsa, for instance, which is so nice.
Yeah. Domkirkeodden, of course, but it's rather a park or a museum. But,
well, but that's a space.
I love
also.
it. I love Domkirkeodden and the railway museum.
Okay.
That's where I grew up.
Oh, okay. Okay. One of the questions is. Well, we must share with the people watching us today that we actually had some kind of a problem with the installation that we did here, and Lars was coming to us and telling us, you should be considering about this contrast issue, and we really realized, and some of the stones were moved already, and well, I don't know if you felt the difference now, and if you feel it more safe and space.
It's a little bit better, but it is far from good. It's dangerous. Yes. So I would better like all the stones be removed. So
they will eventually.
I'm sorry to say it.
No,
but,
it's okay. It's okay. I'm asking you, so you have to say.
I'm really afraid for accidents there.
You really what?
I'm afraid for accidents can happen there.
Well, actually, I fell down the other day, but that was because I was looking someone else, and I really, I had a very funny accident, and you have laughed a lot if you saw me, because I just jumped over the stone, and I was like, ah.
Yeah, you don't need to have a visual impairment. You can stand there talking about your friends, and take one step back, and you are laying on your back.
Okay, I hope not, and we will try to fix it anyway, don't worry. Okay, and you have also a son with who is, how old is he?
He's 26.
26, and he also has some...
He is almost blind, so very little little site left.
Yes.
Yeah.
And as a father, I guess you have some other kind of wishes or problems, because I guess for a kid it's also like well, it's a new whole experience of how to, how are schools prepared, how is the university prepared for that, and I guess you know a lot because you've lived it from your side and also from his side.
Yeah. Myself, I'm a professional visual impaired man, so I've always had bad sight. But when I got visual impaired children, I get more enthusiastic about working for those groups of people.
Yeah, of course. And how is it for a kid? For instance, at schools, are schools ready for it? And like, I really don't know. I guess anyway, maybe it's better here in Norway than in Spain. But I guess still there may be some. I don't know.
I guess it depends on the teacher.
Yeah. But is the
a
buildings as buildings?
Yeah,
How
yeah.
are they? I mean, I'm looking for from the side of.
From the-
And I'm an
yeah,
architect, and I understand there's so much still to, to advance. And so, as a public building, how do they actually work, or are children more developed in their other senses anyway, that they really get used to it and it's not such a problem?
They get used to it, but those who are has had an accident and lose their sight, they will not get used to it in a short time. But those who are born visually impaired, they learn to live with it. But now we have laws taking care of those things. You have paragraphs saying that you got to mark the stairs in special ways with minimum contrast and so on, and using colors in the right way. That those things have come now. But the old buildings is rather more difficult.
Yeah, of course. As for wheelchairs and everything, it's like it's a lot of work ahead.
But in new buildings, planning for the new buildings, they have to follow the laws.
Yeah, of course. And is it your son? Is a son, right? Is it your son? Is he also active in these issues? And no. Well, you're active already. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, but well, I guess maybe he also wanted to be, engaged into this because, of course, even if things improve and get better, I understand there will always be something to fight for or to to work for and. To improve, because there's always things to improve in any field. So in this one, I suppose it's the same.
Yeah.
But he's not so.
No, he hasn't got into that yet. I think so, but maybe later.
Okay. I don't know if you have any question, Liz. I don't know.
No.
Okay, I really appreciate that you came from your house after dinner, because I know you already had dinner, and we really appreciate that you shared the evening with us. Maybe I may have some more questions. Just a minute. No, not this one. What about the everyday life kind of tools? Not only, let's forget about the space, because that's architects' kind of fault. But what about everyday life when you need to buy, I don't know, scissors or any kind of thing, plates or everything? Is like, is there always an option better than the others for you, or is there fields that are still kind of back and not updated with the best solutions?
What kind of tools do you think? Do you mean?
Well, I don't know. I really don't know. But if you are, for instance, you are gonna buy some furniture for your kitchen or some, is there kind of a special solutions very well developed for this, or you have to, or it's just the standard solutions and then you improve them with particular, I don't know, stickers or printers. I don't know. I just try.
Yeah, myself, I don't need special tools, I think, but I use glasses that enlarge very much and loops to read books with small fonts. I need a reading TV. But when you are going to the shops, it's difficult to see the price.
Yes.
Yeah. And like I said, the electronic queue for ordering, it's difficult. But for the blind, we have very much equipments that has voice. If you're checking your weight, it's your weight is 79 kilograms.
It says.
Yeah, it says. And clocks that talks and much like that. My son bought temperature meter to measure his fever.
Yeah.
You pull it into the
Head.
And it tells you.
It says.
Okay. So it's much such one tools to buy. For the blind, we have also at computer equipment a printer that prints the braille.
Really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. That's very interesting. Of course.
It's noisy.
Yeah.
It's punching.
Yeah, it goes like boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Well, I didn't know. That's interesting. What about for instance, the public libraries and so on? Do they all have braille books, or do they have a certain amount?
Not braille, but e-books with sound. It's coming.
Okay. Yeah. Of course, I understand.
So it's getting better all the time, as I said.
Yeah, of course. There's so much to get improved, and of course.
I was thinking about the winter here in Hamar, because I guess the Hamar is changing very much when the snows arrives. How is that for you, the appearance of the city when during the different seasons? Do you find it more difficult to move around in Hamar during winter time, or
because it's so white? Right?
Yeah, because of the color.
No, not me, but I know others that have problems. But that's a general problem. The snow is white and everything gets white. The contrast
disappears.
It disappears. So mostly in the gray weather, when you have sun, you have shadows. So that helps. But snörydding.
Yeah. They clean the streets. The kommune, they are good for and you also have the smell.
It's not always good
No?
snow cleaning.
Is this
That's a
yours?
problem. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, because Christopher is
Okay.
it's reminding us. Okay.
You can try it and write.
I don't think I'm gonna do very good, Don't push me so hard, because I will be completely. I can't even write it when I see, I have some disabilities, but. Okay, I don't know if there's any other question, Marisa. Okay, well, I wonder how my home city is, because it's really difficult sometimes to try to be someone else, and it's really, even if you if we all try, you know, to make our best to have an inclusive design and to consider everyone, still it's very difficult to, for me it's very difficult to, you know, to figure out how your everyday life is and the problems you find, and as well as for you should be, you know, somebody else's. And it's really it's somehow frustrating in the sense that you know, I listen to you and I was like, okay, this is so important, you know, we all should pay so much attention, but it's like it's really difficult. It's you know, you move in a certain way, you behave in a certain way, and you just somehow, even if you don't want to or if you're not conscious, you assume everybody is like you, and it's nothing like that. I really appreciated that Elger Blitz, when he was coming here, he did a workshop on activities, and he said that at one point, you know, some city commissioned them a playground, and it was supposed to be for the disabled, and he was making the point that we are all disabled in a different way, or at a certain period of our life, or there's all sort of disabilities, because he was saying disabled is not just a wheelchair, it's also, you could be physically alright, but you can be mentally disabled, or you can be, for instance, you could be a kid, an autist, how do you say, autism, so they are also disabled, and they also have the right to play. And if you are, you know, at certain periods of your time, of your life, you may move with a lot of difficulties. So they designed this beautiful playground that was trying to respond to many different kind of, you know, perceptions or sensibilities or something. And I liked very much the point that he was saying, you know, a disabled person is not a person in a wheelchair. We're all disabled in a certain way, and you know, and I like that. And actually, the playground is really a success because everybody wants to go. You can go on the wheelchair, but you can also jump and you can hide and you can. And it was about also what about hearing disabilities and what about you know. So he worked a lot with the different textures and the different qualities of the materials. So it was a very, very poetic kind of understanding that is not just you know, it's not just one way, or there's not one kind of problem. There's, all of us have different kind of problems, and I like that better because of course you know, I see, but I have some other problems and. Mental problems also, even.
We all have.
And they're going worse and worse, you know.
Even language problems.
Absolutely. Well, that's what that was the other day. I was parking, and this is just kind of a joke because I was parking just for 5 minutes for something, and I was parking in a disabled parking lot, and somebody said, "You are not staying there." Of course, I'm not staying, but I'm disabled because I'm completely unable to understand any Norwegian. So that's a great disability. You know, I go on the street and I don't understand. You know, I see the signs when I'm driving. It's like, what the hell is that saying? You know, or if somebody comes to me, so that's my disability. That's my main disability here, but I have some others. So it's
but the wheelchair sign is international.
yeah, of course, but it should be also language disabilities. You know, I can't communicate. You know, I walk the street and I see you know, I find this is very frustrating. I walk the street and I see every day the newspapers. You know, the Dagbladet, the Aftenposten, and I don't know what's going on. And that really, you know, you know, you see a face and you don't know if it is a criminal, a politician, if he's famous, if he's a killer, or if he's a millionaire. You don't know what's going on. And it really drives me nuts. It's like I need to learn some Norwegian to face. That's my worst disability here. But again, I have some others.
You have the opportunity to learn much now.
Yeah, I know. It's just that I have, yes. That's one of the challenges.
Have you been to Barcelona?
Yeah, and how do you like it?
I've not been there, but I've heard they have done.
They have worked a lot.
Regarding universal design.
Yeah, they're supposed to be an example on that.
Yeah,
I'm not very, you know, I'm not very specialist on that, but I've heard that they really implemented very good solutions, and they really, you know, put it on the agenda, and they really did it all over the city. And I think people from the community were doing a kind of a study trip to that, and they were very impressed, as far as I know. Okay, so I think I encourage you to join us sometime this week if you can, if you have the time, and if you can, because this week is people's workshop, and the idea is. The question is also that, you know, how can we make an inclusive design to allow everybody to come in it's all kind of minorities for saying, because we all belong to a kind of a minority, and how can we contribute, and how can we dialogue and debate about these issues to make a space that makes everyone happy. So I want to remind everyone that we have a workshop on Tuesday with Moki Rian, that is tomorrow at 6, and well, she has all sort of surprises for tomorrow's workshop. Then on Wednesday we have a workshop at 6 also with Andrés Walliser, who is an urban sociologist from Spain, and he also have very good surprises. And then on Thursday also at 6 we will have a lecture with Andrés, and then there will be a round table to be able to to give the people the possibility to speak about these issues and how they would feel that Stuttgart could be inclusive enough, allowing all these different kind of inputs as your input and everybody else's, so that we can make a successful square, because otherwise you're gonna get upset, aren't you?
Yes. I will.
I hope not, Lars.
I'm coming.
Then you will have to discuss with Liz. No, I promise we'll do our best.
Lars only knocks twice.
That sounds so scary. It's okay. We'll do our best. I promise. Okay, not 3 times on the. You're not knocking on the door three times. Okay,
Twice.
okay,
Twice.
okay. And you already knocked once, right?
Yeah.
Okay. It's good to know we have more chance. This is like a video game, We have one more life.
One more.
Okay, so I think that sounds really scary. That's what Francesco is writing. Well, he's getting really serious, guys. We'd better do a very inclusive, 100% universal design, or Lars is, he's gonna get upset with us. We're trying our best, yes, of course. Okay, so I think this is it. Thank you very much, Lars. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have the chance to join us this week. If not, it's all right. We're always here, and we will have some other meeting, and we will show you the designs, so you can get upset beforehand anyway, so that we can correct them. Okay, thank you, Liz, also for your support and help. And thank you very much, everyone, for joining us. And if there is no any question, I just hope to see you next Monday with more news about the People's Week. And thank you. Okay, don't get upset. You should give us a workshop. Yeah, that would be another solution.
Yeah, why not?
Lars? That's it. Okay, we will try. We will try to arrange it about being blind for a day. Yes, we can fix that. I think he's. You are very much used to that in the sense that you are very much used to let people, to feel how this works. So we'll think about it, and okay. So we'll become blind for a day. Okay.
Ready for that.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Lars. Thank you, everyone, and see you next time. Okay, bye-bye.